Feathers var en flok unge mennesker, der efter at have gravet deres ex-hippie-forældres pladesamlinger igennem, besluttede sig for at danne et band. Set i bagspejlet er det indlysende, at Feathers besad et melodisk udtryk og en næsten popsensibilitet, der gjorde dem mere umiddelbart tilgængelige end de fleste af deres fæller på den her såkaldte scene. Det kunne have været sjovt at se, hvad det kunne være blevet til, for interessen og bevågenheden, den var der i hvert fald. Men måske lå det bare aldrig rigtigt i kortene, at de skulle have drevet det videre.
Seems like if they really put their mind to it, they could have gone so much further in that Devendra world.
Like stylistically, we became like in fashion or whatever, but it also seemed like the amount of success we got, as stereotypical as it might sound, I think it totally destroyed us. We all played any instrument we wanted to. We all switched around and stuff.
So much of their sound was based on all these weird contingencies about the room and about there's so much crap up on the stage, and it was breaking down in various stages. None of them had a tuner, and none of them were particularly good at tuning.
Definitely the most interesting band I've been in. I would always just say I wrote pop songs, or, you know, where we just played mostly acoustic. We would, like, really work stuff out together. Like, it was really a band in that sense that we practiced a lot and really tried to develop the songs.
Like, when I was in Feathers, I think I felt more as, like, an entertainer, in a way. Like, more than I ever have in my life, because people actually, like, came for the songs, and they came to hear the songs played the same way, which was really hugely unnatural for me to do that. I'd never played in a band that played the same song twice. Never. And it was hard.
The fact that we were going against ideas of what it meant to be a good musician, I mean, the fact that we were of so many different skill levels and whatever, and different tastes and everything, that is political, you know.
Feathers did, you know, they did some touring on the West Coast with Devendra, and they've done some fairly decent sized shows in New York and Boston and some of the other East Coast larger cities. But they'd be just as happy to play in front of, you know, 50 people downtown at the Tinderbox. It seemed like they had many options to do it, and they've had offers to do it, but they never went any further with that.
Everybody in that group had a different sense of how okay was it to try to kind of get famous or whatever. There was a lot of disagreement, but you know, there was a lot of discomfort with that.
Yeah, I think there's definitely an element of slacker mentality with. Well, I don't want to say especially those guys, but yeah, especially those guys. It's definitely something that makes it so that they don't go to the next level. Maybe they don't want the next level. Maybe they're fine where they are.
We all wanted really different things, you know. And I think some of us, me included, would have been, at the time, satisfied having my life be consumed with the band and what it would have taken to get to that level. But there were a lot of people that were part of Feathers that weren't willing to make that sacrifice. Because it takes a lot of work, and not just musical work. I mean, it takes a lot of drudgery to get to that point, too. I think the attention that we got so early on, I think we weren't allowed to really build a strong foundation, you know? And I think when you look at certain aspects of our band, of Feathers, you can say, you know, they were getting really big. They were in the New York Times, and they were, like, in Rolling Stone or whatever, even if it was just, you know, tiny little things in those. It seems as though it could have happened. Because to me, at this point, the reality seems to be that would have been totally impossible. Like, totally and completely impossible.
It could have, like, gone a lot of different ways. I don't really know why it ended. It just kind of disappeared, which was strange. We just, like, went on tour, and then we got back and was gone.
We weren't out to make money or sell records. You know, I think that in general, artistic integrity was the main drive for all of us. It was a brief and beautiful experience that had to have, you know, an end that came pretty quickly.